everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I have for you guys a pretty extensive collective book haul. I think this pile started beginning of June or beginning of July. I think it was beginning of June, and it stretches all the way through the end of September. And I am currently under a self-imposed book buying ban. And my plan right now is to not buy any books until I get them for Christmas. We'll see if that follows through in the next haul way down the line. But for right now, these are I don't know how many books there are. Books I bought in the last 4 months. Some of them I've read, some of them I obviously haven't read, and some of them aren't here with me because I took them to college and I didn't feel like lugging them back home just to film this video. So there's that. Yeah, let's just go ahead and dive right on in. The first book I bought was The Maidens by Alex Michaelides. There you go. I read The Silent Patient by him in May. And so when I learned he was going to have a new release in, I'm pretty sure it was June or July, almost positive it was June. Anyway, I pre-ordered it, I read it, I really liked it. It follows a group therapist who becomes involved in this investigation around this series of murders in Cambridge where like young girls are being killed, or young female students are being killed. And she kind of becomes like obsessed with it, and it has touches of Greek mythology, and there's a professor who she suspects, and he kind of has like this cult-like following, and the girls are called the Maidens. And so it's her story of how she's trying to prove this professor is involved in these various murders. It was really good. I enjoyed it. Yeah. I think it's included in either my June or July wrap-up. So okay, the next couple of books, I don't know when I bought them. I'm pretty sure I got them from Barnes & Noble, but like I don't know why I would have bought them. I don't know like what the occasion was, but anyway, so I got Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zephon. I don't know what this is about. I saw Noelle from Noelle Gallagher here on BookTube talk about it, and it sounded interesting to me. And okay, Barcelona 1945, so World War II, I'm guessing. I don't know, it sounds really cool. I love historical fiction if it's historical fiction. Yeah, there's that. Impulsive book buys. Another book I bought was On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous by Ocean Vuong. Again, I don't know when I bought this. Again, I saw it mentioned on Noelle's channel, and she really loved it, and she said it was really sad, and she said it's like has some of the best writing she's ever read. If I'm not mistaken, it's about a young Vietnamese man who is writing to his mother, like about their relationship, I'm pretty sure. Next book that I bought is The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Cloon. I had seen this everywhere on TikTok, and I was convinced to buy it, I guess. I have read it. I really liked it. Pretty sure it's in my August wrap-up. Yes. Right? Anyway, it follows a man who is and it's like set in like this, I don't know if it's dystopian. It's like Earth. It's basically Earth, but like there are like kids who have powers, and like they're sequestered by the government, and they're like put in these homes, and our main character Linus's job is to like investigate the homes. He's kind of like a social worker, and like decide whether or not the children are being properly cared for, and like what future of the homes are. And so he's sent on this like top secret mission to this specific home with like these really dangerous kids in it. And it just revolves around found family and like finding your voice and like a lot of character growth. I really enjoyed it. It's really cute. So there's that. Okay, next book I got, or the next couple of books I got at one of my local used bookstores when I went with my friend, and I spent some money. So first off, we have Dune by Frank Herbert. Yeah, I mean Dune, right? I had wanted to read this since I heard about the movie coming out, and I found out it was a book, and so I bought it. I just recently read it, and I actually really enjoyed it. Watch my recent reads part 1 video to know some more in-depth thoughts, but I really enjoyed it, so I'm glad I bought it. And at the same place, I bought Dune Messiah, which is the second book. As I understand it, there are like over 20 books in like this series world, I guess, but like the main series has like 8 books, but even then like you can split it up into the first 3 could be a trilogy. So I plan on right now buying the 3rd book, Children of Dune, maybe for Christmas, and reading them. I did get the market paperback editions because they were on sale, and so I grabbed them. Next book I bought in the same book buying trip was The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. Again, I'd seen this a lot on TikTok, and like I've always heard of The Bell Jar, and obviously Sylvia Plath is like a she's a figure. She's a figure, and there are a lot of references to her and her life, and so I saw it on sale and I grabbed it, and I read it back in August, and so watch my August wrap up for more in-depth thoughts. It was okay. It follows basically the story of this girl as she's like in her early 20s and she's figuring out life, and that's basically the story. So yeah. Okay, same trip, I got Shout by Laurie Halse Anderson. Laurie Halse Anderson is one of my favorite authors of all time. I own like all of her books, and I saw this one again and it was for sale, and I haven't read it yet, and it's her poetry or her prose, no, wrong word, her verse novel. Don't really know what it's about. Oh, a memoir and poetry by one of our time's most crucial activists for sexual assault survivors. Well, there's that. She wrote Speak, the really acclaimed novel Speak, and so I'm excited to read this. I love her. Still on the same trip, I got Mythology by Edith Hamilton. There are a lot of these types of books that I want to read. There's someone's name in it, Evan. Well, hey. And this had been like kind of on my radar, and I saw it was on sale for like $7.50, so I grabbed it. It's definitely a used edition, but I love mythology, and one of the literature classes I'm in this semester was like about mythologies and retellings, and so I'm really, really interested in reading more works like this, like gaining a more general knowledge. So yeah, and that one was really highly rated on Goodreads, I'm pretty sure. Okay, next book. I think this might have been a different trip. Still used bookstore though. I got Vanity Fair by William Thackery. I've seen the show version, I'm pretty sure, Vanity Fair, like the PBS version, and I didn't really know it was a classic until fairly recently, and I saw this edition and it's like really funny, and I got it because I want to read it. Gives me Jane Austen type vibes, right? Pretty sure. Love and aristocratic society. that's all I really know about it. I'll read it eventually. Okay, one of the books I don't have with me today is North and South. Another classic, another used book I got. Again, I haven't watched the show, but I've seen like the advertisements for the PBS and or Masterpiece and or BBC version, and I've been interested. Don't know a whole lot about it, just know it's like kind of Jane Austen-esque and like aristocratic society love, I'm guessing. I'm obviously interested in reading it because I brought it with me to college, so there's that. Okay, next book I got was The Outsiders by Essie Hinton. I've searched high and low for this stupid book in a used copy. It's been unbelievably hard. And literally I would go into like Barnes & Noble or one of the local bookstores and see it at full price for like $15, and I would be like, I'm not paying that for this. Are you serious? So I finally was able to find this less than $5 copy, and I snatched it up. Don't know what it's about. There are a lot of references to it, pop culture. I've never read it. I know it's a lot of people's favorite book. So I'll read it eventually. Okay, now on to a little section I like to call books I bought for school. So I bought Musue's Story, the autobiography of a Tokugawa samurai, written by Katsu Kokichi. I had to read this for my Modern Asia class. Write a paper on it, that's why it's tabbed up, and a little bit of a funny story. So I had this to buy, and I had the next book I'm going to mention, Nothing to Envy, which I don't have. Anyway, I had to buy both of these. I'll just put it on the screen, you know. I had to buy both of these for this class, and I bought them from Abe's Books, which is like an online thrifting book emporium. Not really thrifting. It's like, as I understand it, it's like a conglomerate of independent bookstores, and like you order them and like you're paying the website, but you're also supporting independent bookstores. Anyway, I had gotten these there, and I bought them like second week of school, maybe, after she gave us the syllabus. And unbeknownst to me, it said it would take like over 2 weeks to deliver, and my paper was due before then. So I actually had to go buy this edition after I already bought it from my bookstore, like on campus, for like twice the price. And there was no way for me to return the second copy. So I actually bought 2 versions of this. And then what ended up happening was my professor extended the deadline because no one could buy it in that short amount of time. So I could have not bought this version. Yeah, that's life, I guess. That's college for you. But this book in specific follows a samurai and his life, and I talked about it in my recent reads part 1 video. You know, it was just a class book. And then Nothing to Envy, I'm pretty sure, is a story or a look inside North Korea. I don't know, I have to read in November, so I guess we'll find out. Yeah, those are my class books. Now moving on. This is also kind of funny. So as I mentioned in my recent reads part 1 video, wow, there it is again. Maybe go watch that. Anyway, I read Graceling and Fire by Kristen Cashore, and I loved them so much I wanted to buy them in physical copies. So once again, I went looking, and she has since released, like, they redid the covers, and they're so gorgeous. The new covers are gorgeous, and I was desperate to get my hands on these new covers, right? So I like spent hours looking through like bookstores online. I don't like buying books from Amazon, to find these new covers and like for cheap. So I finally found them, right? And I'm waiting and I'm waiting and they come. They're the old covers. That's okay. You know, I tried my best. So at least I didn't pay full price for them, right? So I got these. They're used. Fire is in better condition than Graceling, but that is okay. Do they match? No. But to add to this, another book I don't have with me because it's in my dorm room. I got the third book in this series, Bitter Blue, which is, again, in the old cover. They really pranked me good. So now when I buy the newest book that she like came back and added, Winterkeep, that is only made in the new cover, they're not gonna match. But that's okay. Can you tell I'm bitter? Bitter Blue, I'm bitter. Next book I bought in the same book order was Howl's Moving Castle by Diana Wayne Jones. You might know the title from the Studio Ghibli movie, Howl's Moving Castle. It's so hot in here, jeez. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. I've watched it so many times in the past year since I've discovered it. And when I learned it was a book, I just knew I had to read it. And it's actually a trilogy. So I will be buying the other ones. I loved this book. It was really good. It follows Sophie, who is a boring hat maker who is cursed by a really famous witch, and she has to like try to go and find other people who can break her curse, and she meets some guys along the way, and it's just, I love this book. The movie's way better, but like I still really liked the book. I love Hal. I'm obsessed with him. I'm actually crocheting a Hal sweater because I'm obsessed with this movie and this book and the characters, so there's that. Okay, final three. This was kind of actually, I had already imposed the book ban on myself, but my mom came up for Parents Weekend and we went to like little college towns used bookstore, and I had to buy some. So I got the Aeneid by Virgil. Once again, mentioning the class I'm in, we have read a lot, or not a lot, we've read some snippets from Virgil, and it's been talked about or referenced a lot, and I was really interested, and he's like one of the greatest poets of all time, and so I saw it, and I bought it. Then I bought War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy. I've been looking for this book in a used copy for a long time, and I mean, I found one, I guess. Not the greatest edition, it's very old, but it seems in good shape. It's very long. Actually, it looks longer than it is. I have read Anna Karenina, didn't really like it. I hope War and Peace is better. I'm also, like, there's a show and or movie, so I want to watch that after I read it. I don't know when I'll read this, but hopefully it'll be eventually. Last book I got was The House of Mirth by Edith Warton. I don't know what it's about. I saw it and the cover was intriguing to me. Very Great Gatsby-esque. I think it's about just some lady's life. I'm down with that. I love this shade of blue. It's like gorgeous. I don't know. It just intrigued me, so I bought it. Okay, yeah. There's however many books that was. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll be seeing you probably after Christmas with a lot more books. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, maybe possibly. Peace out. Goodbye. In the video.